We are welcoming back Tracy Walder now, former CIA and FBI, and NewsNation's Jorge Ventura in Texas. And Tracy, we'll start with you. Notably missing from this press conference just now was any identification on the deceased shooter. Do you think that's because his identity is truly not known to investigators, or why hold it back at this time?
I feel that his identity is probably known at this point, but I think there's several things that they're sort of working through. I think they want to interview people that are close to him, his friends, his family, those kinds of things before they get his information out there. I think that's why they haven't put it out there. But I'm fairly certain that they were able to identify him. I feel that he probably drove his own vehicle, quite frankly, to the scene of the crime and may even have had identification on him. I don't think he was trying to hide necessarily who he was. There's just more investigating that needs to take place before his name's public.
Okay, and Jorge, they are confirming as well right now that that officer was at the outlets on an unrelated call, and that officer neutralized the threat. And Jorge, that officer being called a hero already tonight.
Yeah, Natasha, you would imagine that, this is going to be compared to the response in Uvalde shooting. It seems from that press conference that that officer acted quickly, swiftly, neutralized the shooter, and didn't even wait for backup, according to that press conference. So this is going to be looked at very different from the response in Uvalde. That was interesting. Also, what's going to be important is going to be that vigil tomorrow at a local church. This is still an ongoing investigation. We did now learn, Natasha, that the FBI will be assisting. So they're asking for the public, if any witnesses or any key video, get that over to the FBI immediately. We're so very curious about the motive. So hopefully in the next couple of days, we find out about the motive and just any type of paper trail where it comes in a manifesto, a journal, internet searches, or any type of social media. I expect for authorities to start getting in contact with the shooter's friends and families just to see if they have any red flags, what led to this, and also how he acquired the gun. But the big telling from that press conference, Natasha, is that officer, like I said, just acted quickly, swiftly, didn't wait for backup, neutralized the shooter. We'll see in the next coming days if a body cam footage will be released to the public in the next coming days. You would imagine that they want to finish this investigation before they release that body cam footage.
Yeah, Tracy, and from what we're seeing so far, it seems that investigators are being incredibly careful with the information that they release on this investigation. Is that the sense that you're getting as well?
That is the sense that I'm getting, and it does sound to that they did bring the FBI in, which I suspected, and they are, it seems to me, helping from a forensic standpoint. Sounds like they're kind of taking over digital leads, if you will. Look, I think that they're being careful, and I think, again, as Jorge mentioned, because this is being compared to Uvalde, really, when that happened, there was so much contradictory information that was coming out of that. It really eroded the public's trust in the investigation itself, and I do think that that's why they're being careful here, and I'm actually okay with that. I'd rather them be guarded and careful and get the correct information out than simply just put out whatever information they feel like putting out, because ultimately that hurts the victims.
Help explain, to the layperson, what is the harm at this point if the shooter is deceased to release his name to the public?
I completely understand that because it's something that crossed my mind as well. I think it crosses most people's minds. He's dead. There's no more harm that he can inflict. I think what they're looking to see is if he has any associates and things of that nature that may go on and do something like that as well. Typically, what we see in individuals like this is that they're in chat rooms. They're talking to other people, and it would be difficult to put his name out there without looking at all of those leads and ensuring that there was no one else who was going to do something like that within this chat room. So I think that's why they are probably keeping his name secret.
Okay, I appreciate that. And final word tonight, Tracy, I want to go back to you one more time because, you are a local, you know this community well. That is certainly shocked, that is grieving tonight. What do you want the viewers at home to know about the events of today?
I think what I would want viewers to know is law enforcement in this situation did exactly what they were supposed to do and performed in the exact way that they were trained to. And so I think this is an instance of law enforcement really protecting the constituents and really doing what they're supposed to be doing. But I also want people to know it's probably in their best interest to be vigilant, no matter what they're doing and no matter where they are. I think sort of that idea of run, hide, fight, and being aware of the situation that you're in. I think that that's also an important piece to remember as well.
Okay, Tracy Walder, thank you so much, and Jorge Ventura as well for your reporting today. We will continue to track this breaking news for you online on our NewsNation app and newsnationnow.com. I truly appreciate your time this evening. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.